Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the world of Formula One to talk about a driver who has completely redefined what it means to be a modern racing legend. He's a phenomenon, a force of nature on the track, and a name that will undoubtedly be etched in the history books for generations to come. I'm talking, of course, about Max Verstappen. Is he on his way to becoming the greatest of all time? Let's break down the incredible story of his rise to the top. From the very beginning, Max was destined for greatness. Racing is literally in his blood. His father, Jos Verstappen, was a successful F1 driver himself, and his mother, Sophie Kumpen, was a champion kart racer. You could say he was born with gasoline in his veins. He first sat in a go-kart at just 4.5 years old, and it was immediately clear that he wasn't just another kid having fun. He had a rare natural talent. His early years were a whirlwind of karting championships across Europe, dominating almost every category he entered. It wasn't just about winning, it was the way he won. He displayed a level of racecraft, aggression, and raw speed that was years ahead of his age. This incredible talent didn't go unnoticed. The big F1 teams were all watching, and the Red Bull Junior team, known for spotting and nurturing future champions, quickly snapped him up. What happened next was unprecedented. After just one season in Formula 3, where he finished third in the championship, Red Bull made a decision that shocked the motorsport world. They promoted him directly to a Formula 1 seat with their junior team, Toro Rosso, for the 2015 season. At just 17 years and 166 days old, Max Verstappen became the youngest driver ever to start a Formula 1 Grand Prix. Many questioned if he was too young, too inexperienced for the pinnacle of motorsport. But Max was about to prove all the doubters wrong. His debut season was remarkable. He didn't just survive, he thrived. He scored points in his second race and consistently showcased his incredible car control and fearless overtaking maneuvers. He was a breath of fresh air, a raw, untamed talent shaking up the grid. But his true "I have arrived" moment came in 2016. Just 5 races into the season, he was promoted to the senior Red Bull racing team. His very first race with them was the Spanish Grand Prix. In a story that sounds like it's straight out of a Hollywood movie, Max held off the charging Ferrari of Kimi Räikkönen to take his first ever Formula One victory. At 18 years and 228 days old, he became the youngest ever winner in F1 history, a record that will likely stand for a very, very long time. That day in Barcelona, a star wasn't just born. A supernova had exploded onto the scene. The years that followed were a mix of brilliance and growing pains. Max's aggressive, no-holds-barred driving style earned him a massive fan base who loved his go-for-it attitude. He was nicknamed Mad Max for his daring overtakes and his refusal to back down from a fight no matter who he was up against. This aggression sometimes led to incidents and criticism, but it was all part of his learning curve. He was honing his craft, race by race, pushing the car to its absolute limit, and often beyond. He racked up more wins, podiums, and spectacular performances, establishing himself as a regular front-runner. He was the only driver who could consistently take the fight to the dominant Mercedes team, often winning races he had no right to win through sheer skill and determination. Then came 2021. This was the year everything changed. After years of Mercedes dominance, Red Bull finally produced a car capable of challenging for the World Championship. What followed was one of the most intense, dramatic, and controversial title battles in the history of the sport. Max Verstappen versus Lewis Hamilton, the young challenger against the 7-time world champion. It was a season-long epic, a clash of titans. They went wheel to wheel, race after race, pushing each other to the absolute limit. From their dramatic collision at Silverstone to the tense duel at Monza, the rivalry was pure box office entertainment. The entire season came down to the very last lap of the very last race in Abu Dhabi. It was a moment that had the entire world holding its breath. Under the most intense pressure imaginable, Max made the race-winning overtake and crossed the line to become the Formula One world champion for the first time. It was the culmination of a lifetime of dedication, sacrifice, and relentless pursuit of his dream. The emotion was raw, the celebration was wild, and a new era in Formula One had begun. But becoming champion didn't slow him down. If anything, it made him even better. In 2022, with new regulations shaking up the sport, Max and Red Bull were in a league of their own. He was simply untouchable. He delivered one of the most dominant seasons ever seen in Formula One, breaking the record for the most wins in a single season with an incredible 15 victories. He secured his second world title with 4 races to spare. He was no longer just the aggressive young challenger. He had matured into a complete, polished, and utterly ruthless racing driver. He combined his natural speed with incredible consistency and intelligent race management. He knew when to attack and when to be patient, a sign of a true champion. And that dominance has only continued. The 2023 season was, frankly, mind-boggling. Max rewrote the record books again, achieving a level of supremacy that is almost hard to comprehend. He won 19 out of 22 races, an all-time record for win percentage in a season. He also set a new record for the most consecutive wins, with 10 victories in a row. It was a masterclass, week in and week out. He and the RB19 car were a perfect combination, a symphony of engineering and driving perfection. He secured his third consecutive world championship with ease, cementing his place among the all-time greats of the sport. So, what makes Max so special? It's a combination of factors. First, his raw, natural talent is undeniable. His car control is sublime, especially in wet or tricky conditions. He has an innate feel for the grip level that few drivers possess. Second is his mental strength. The pressure of F1 is immense, but Max seems to thrive on it. He's ice cool in the cockpit, making split-second decisions with incredible clarity. He's confident, some might say arrogant, but that self-belief is a crucial part of his arsenal. He truly believes he is the best on the grid, and he goes out to prove it every single time. Third, his work ethic and dedication to the craft are immense. He's not just a driver who shows up on race weekends. He spends countless hours in the simulator, working with his engineers, analyzing data, and constantly searching for ways to be faster. This partnership with his race engineer, Gianpiero Lambiase, is another key to his success. Their radio communications are famous for being direct, sometimes heated, but always focused on one goal: winning. Finally, there's his racecraft. His ability to overtake is legendary. He can see gaps that other drivers can't and has the bravery to go for them. He's a master tactician on track, managing his tires and his pace to perfection. So, the big question, is Max Verstappen on his way to becoming the GOAT, the greatest of all time? It's a conversation that's starting to get very serious. When you talk about the greats, Fangio, Clark, Senna, Schumacher, Hamilton, they all defined an era. Max is doing that right now. At such a young age, he has already achieved what most drivers can only dream of. His statistics are already staggering and are only going to grow. But greatness isn't just about statistics. It's about impact, about changing the game, about inspiring a new generation of fans. And Max is doing all of that. He has brought a new, massive, and passionate fan base to Formula One, especially from his home country, the Netherlands. The sea of orange in the grandstands at many races is a testament to his incredible popularity. Whether you love him or you don't, you can't deny his impact on the sport. He is a generational talent who has raised the bar for everyone. The journey is far from over, and it's going to be absolutely fascinating to watch what else he can achieve. We are witnessing history in the making. What do you guys think? Is Max already an F1 legend? Where do you think he'll end up in the all-time rankings? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. It's always great to hear your opinions. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more F1 content. We'll see you in the next one.